So, this week, Capcom has finally graced us with a new gameplay trailer. This time for V, we finally get to see some real gameplay and get some more visual information about this character and how he plays. And so, my first impressions looking at this trailer, I think V is definitely an interesting character.
He seems really unique compared to all the other Devil May Cry characters that we've seen in previous games. But he doesn't seem very stylish, but the potential is there. But it's just a lot of cool looking things. I don't know. I want to see some of the other things that he can do, though.
He definitely seems to have a varied move set with all the things he can summon. So, in getting into his summons, he has 3 summons that we know of right now, and they are the bird, which is called Griffin, the panther, which is called Shadow, and then he has this behemoth type demon that's called Nightmare. So the first summon, Griffin, which is the one that is pretty much always around him, it seems to basically function sort of similar to his guns in this game, kind of like Virgil's summon swords, right? It acts independently of him. He can still move around while it's shooting projectiles. It had some electrical attack that it was doing, and I think it can also go out and actually attack enemies on its own too. But yeah, I mean, it seems to focus on long range attacking.
Shadow, on the other hand, while it still functions kind of like Griffin, in the sense that he can kind of still function by himself at the same time, but Shadow is the one that's for close range attacks. And at the same time, it can do all these cool things like turn into a spiky demon, and he can jump on top of the spike and walk towards enemies. There's a lot that it seems you can do with Shadow, including being able to use him for movement. So in the trailer, we saw him use Shadow and do like this quick sidestep to the side to dodge enemy attacks.
So yeah, Shadow looks cool. And then the other one, Nightmare, it seems to only be accessible when he's in Double Trigger, or his form of Double Trigger. I don't know if it's actually Double Trigger, but regardless, when he goes into this state, he seems to be able to summon Nightmare. And initially, Nightmare is, I guess you could say, somewhat small. I mean, he's still a lot bigger than V, but when you see him at the end of the trailer fighting Goliath, the guy's huge, right? He matches Goliath in size for the boss fight. And so I think we also seen him shoot a beam, and I think he was just generally attacking enemies. And so I don't know if there's too much unique about Nightmare. I think maybe he's just going to be a big summon, a big powerful summon, his ultimate move. Beyond the gameplay, though, we get also treated with a little bit of story elements in this trailer. We see near the end, V is trying to stab Dante with the Sparta sword that he was looking for earlier in the trailer. Apparently he finds it, and he's trying to use it to murder our favorite devil hunter. But as we all know, Dante's always getting stabbed with swords, and it never quite does the job.
Yeah, it's probably a lot going on in that scene, but I am one of the people that believe V's not exactly a good guy, so it could not be. But it's probably going to have something to do with helping Dante out. I don't know why. If he is actually trying to stab Dante, then that goes with a theory that I had after seeing one of the posts from Reddit, which was that basically all of these demons are enemies from Devil May Cry 1. So this means that he's probably related to Devil May Cry 1 in some way. And especially since these 3 demons are Mundus's generals. So this makes me feel like he is one of 3 things. 1, he's Mundus. 2, he's Mundus's son, or some way related to Mundus. And 3, he's Virgil.
Well, let me just say, I think there is almost no credibility to him being any of those things besides maybe Mundus's son.
The main thing, though, is it is way too much of a coincidence that his 3 demons are 3 of Mundus's main helpers, his generals. And then he's trying to get the Sparta sword, which we already know is usually used to unlock demon gates. So something's really not going right here. I really do think that he's probably related to Mundus. The main thing that gets me though is how he was saying that he was only 2 days old, and I can't tell if he was joking or if there was like some hidden truth to that.
I have no idea. It's very possible though that he wasn't being serious because he did say he was kidding, but it might have just been about the name and not the age.
Yeah, that's how I took it. So leave a comment below if you have a theory of your own, or if you feel like we missed anything. Give us a thumbs up if you liked the video, or maybe subscribe. This is LDK, joined by Dot Caesar. We'll see you all next time.